Hello, good afternoon, good morning. It's the first day. It's my very first vlog. Got this snazzy camera. About to go get my nails done. I'm already sweating like a fucking pig. So let's go. Okay, so we're about to walk into the salon where eyelash art first got its start. Clientele Hair Salon in Piscataway, New Jersey. This is where I first moved eyelash art into. I'm gonna give you a quick tour, and when I get upstairs, I will tell you the story. Here we go. So right up here,
I'm gonna find out. This side is got
there used to be a wall here.
Also,
And this used to be the wax room area. And I would have a bed right here. And then where that ledge is where the wall was. So I would be in here lashing in their wax room, while there would be hairdressers out here on the floor. Again, there was a wall with a door, and it was hot as hell in this room. But this is where I first started lashing. This is the owner, Gino.
I think it's different.
Natalie, my nail girl. So now we're gonna go upstairs to where my second lash room in the salon was. As soon as we get up here, I'll start telling the story. So this is the nail salon, and then their office, a bathroom, and the nail salon. Now this whole thing was wide open. They put up these walls for me. So through that door is where eyelash art really kind of took off. And right out here is where I just got my nails done. But we're gonna walk in now. It's a storage room. But this is where my space used to be. This is where I used to lash. Matter of fact. Oh, see, and this is still in here. This is where I used to put my extra iPads and lash wands. So I used to sit like here. I had my bed here, and here I had my shelves. And then here's where I had aftercare shelves, and a mirror went right over there. But this is where I started lashing. When I first moved back to Piscataway, and I moved back so I could start lashing locally on friends, family, because I didn't have any friends in Atlanta after I took my lash course. So I came back here. And from November to February, I went to my friends and family's houses all around New Jersey to practice on them. One of my clients locally in town, in the same town as me, a girl who I grew up with and went to school with, and she was coming to this salon to get her hair done, and her hairdresser was the salon manager. And she said, oh, you should go to the salon and see if you can do lashes in there. And I was like, you know what, that's not a bad idea, because my mom, you know, when I was a little girl, this was my mom's salon, hair salon, that she would come to get her hair done at. I was like, okay, I'll go. So I put a portfolio together. Yeah, man, looking back at that portfolio now, my work was horrible, but it looked decent, you know. So I walked in and I spoke to the salon manager and said, can I set up a meeting? And I made sure I looked the part, because you know you can't walk into a hair salon and not have your hair done or makeup. So I looked the part and I walked in and I said, can we set up some time where we can talk about me possibly offering this service in your salon to your clients? And he said, oh, sure, okay. And the first thing that he asked me after he looked at the work was, do you have insurance? And I said, yes, I do. He also wanted to confirm that I had my own LLC, like I was an official legit business and not just a random girl walking in to work on clients. He also had to make sure I was licensed, because this is a licensed full shop, full service salon. So yeah, so I came back for a meeting. I met with him and his father, who was the owner, who you saw downstairs, which actually now the son is the owner. Yeah, I came in and the father remembered me from, you know, when I was a little girl, and he remembered my mom, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, okay, come on. But he said, you know, how do you want to do this first? And I said, well, let's just start with Friday and Saturday, because I still had mobile clients who I was going to see. So I said, let's just start with Fridays and Saturdays, and I'll put up a sign right up at the front desk. And he said, okay. And he said, you know, you can show the receptionist how to book your appointments in your scheduling system, and she'll book them for you if we get phone calls. So it was really cool that I was able to, it's pretty much, here's what happened. I moved in and I started using their wax room on Fridays and Saturdays. I would only come in when I had a client, and they wouldn't book any waxes, you know, obviously if I was going to be in there. Their receptionist and their waiting room, I got to use all of those things. So, you know, when my clients would walk in, it would appear to be a professional salon atmosphere. And then I would take them in the room. And I remember Gino and my parents saying to me, do you really think that this is something that you're going to be doing every day, all day? And I remember thinking, just wait, right? Because I was convinced, you know, after seeing the earning potential that a lash artist can make, and also seeing my former lash artist busy all the time, I was like, just wait, just give me a chance, just wait. So sure enough, you know, when I first moved in, some of the hairdressers, you know, they were interested, but they were waiting until they would come in. Either they were waiting for me to do a sale, or until they were going on vacation. So I realized, you know, it's a good idea for me to give them discounts, because obviously they're in front of my potential client, and why wouldn't a client ask their hairdresser, oh, where did you get your lashes done? And why can't she say, oh, that girl right over there, right? So, I mean, no brainer, right? So I gave the hairdressers discounts on getting their fills and full sets, and then I started getting clients, especially with having the sign at the door and people starting to see me not only on Fridays and Saturdays now, but now it was Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I also brought all my mobile clients, or most of them, into the salon, because I said, look, I need people to see you coming in and out with your lashes. Like, people need to see foot traffic of people getting their lashes done. So my mobile clients were nice enough to come in. I also did run a Groupon, and this is while I was downstairs in their wax room. Did the Groupon, and out of 30 Groupons to this day, I probably still only have 2 clients. So Groupon just let people know that I was here. So yeah, so after about a year of working downstairs, and now next thing you know, I'm there Wednesday through Saturday, working 12 to 8. Now they can't barely wax in there, because now I've taken over the room. So the owner and salon manager sit me down one day, and they're like, all right, you know, because, you know, I couldn't leave any of my things in the wax room. So every day I was coming in and bringing my stuff in, and every day I was taking it out. So they were like, you know what? We're going to build you a room upstairs. We have a whole nail salon upstairs, and it's unlikely that we'll have 4 nail techs. We only have 2 right now. So we're going to cut the room in half and put up 2 walls for you. And I was like, really? And they did. thing you know, I had a room, and here it is, right? So when I moved in too, there was let me see if you can see this. Do you see this ledge? So this was open. I mean, obviously there's wigs and heads up here now, but this was open. And so I could hear everything going on in the nail salon. For the most part, I guess they could hear what was going on in here. And after a while, it kind of got really noisy. Not only did it get noisy, but then there was also hair color and hair ammonia that was traveling up from downstairs up here. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, Sam, what was the difference when you were downstairs in the wax room to now you're upstairs? What happened? What changed? Well, when I was working downstairs in the wax room was when I was using Nova Lash Platinum Bond adhesive, which, if you know anything about it, it's a super strong glue. It's very thick. Some might say it's like impenetrable, right? So that shit will hold on for dear life. Although ammonia wise, it was drying quickly, right? Because ammonia accelerates the curing time for your adhesive. So by the time I moved upstairs though, I then took my volume course, and now I switched over to volume adhesives, which are a lot thinner, right? So after about within a year of being in here, I probably lost about half of my clientele because the adhesive. But that space right there, I asked, can we close it? Because I'm just trying to do whatever I can to save my business, right? Sorry, I don't know whether to look here or to look here, so I'm probably looking retarded. But so yeah, so they built the partition up there, but then the temperature and the humidity in here would then be fucked, right? Because there wasn't proper ventilation, and even though there's that up there and that vent over there, just in here it would be 74 degrees, and out in the nail salon it'd be 70. So I would want to, you know, I'd go out there to go change the thermostat, and they'd be like, no, it's fucking freezing in here. And I'm like, shit, well, what am I supposed to do though, right? Like, if it's fucking hot in here and the temperature is not ideal for my adhesive, but it's cold out there and now they're freezing their socks off. So the day that changed it all, it was a Saturday. I can remember that. Client comes in and retention was horrible, and it was actually horrible for a few of them. Like, people would come in at 3 weeks looking like a full set, and I actually started to get really upset and almost start to cry. Anywho, so client comes in, I do her lashes. At the very end, I go to comb, and all her lashes start to fall out, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just spent an hour doing your lashes and now they're falling out. Fuck, I cried. Fortunately, she was nice enough. I told her, I said, okay, something's wrong. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to meet me next week somewhere else. I need to do your lashes in a different environment because I need to know if it's where we're doing it and the hair ammonia and color and lack of regulation of temperature and humidity, or if it's me. So I invited her to my house. I set up the room. I started doing her lashes, and they actually stayed on for the full 2 weeks after that. So it was very clear to me that unfortunately it was going to be time to move. And that's when I had to make the decision to move home. But I was here in this salon for probably about 1.5 years. I want to say from 2014 to 2016, maybe even 2 years. And the opportunity that this salon gave me was amazing. And the fact that the owners believed in me, saw my hustle, saw my passion, and gave me the chance and opportunity to grow my own business within their salon, I will forever be grateful. I just had a nice conversation with Gino just about our hustle and passion, and he's like, man, I miss this about you. And I'm like, So I just invited him and his son to come to my space, because it's almost like a father figure in a way, and he's like a salon father figure at that. So I sincerely appreciate the help that I received while here, and just, you know, the support and just being able to grow. And yeah, it's kind of wild. It's like we're about to be 5 years. It's gonna be my 5-year anniversary at the end of this year, and it's kind of wild that I finally made it here and that I now have my own space. But again, this was my first space after being mobile. And yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go get something to eat, might get a coffee, might go to the shop. You're gonna come with me, all right? Peace.